Hi guys! Okay, I just wanted to preface the main video, which will be happening later on, with 3 short topics. First, I realized when I watched the footage back from a couple days ago that I filmed it, that I didn't really explain what the disorder is that I am suffering from. So I am guessing most people who might be watching this may not even know what it is, so I'm going to explain it. I also wanted to kind of share why I decided to make this video, because it was something I wanted to touch on that I didn't really get around to. And I also wanted to make a few clarifications for what I say in the main video. So if you don't care about any of those things, feel free to skip on where my clothes are different, which is where the main video starts. Okay, so short and sweet explanation of a disorder with a couple different names that I've seen. Panic disorder, anxiety disorder, and generalized anxiety disorder with panic attacks. Those are all kind of the ones that I've read up on a little bit, and they seem to go by those different names. So one of my favorite videos that I watched when I was first going through the beginning of this trial of mine was Zoella's anxiety disorder, or her anxiety explanation video. She has made a couple more now, and hers are really great. She explains it really well and kind of gives tips and tricks. And a couple other YouTubers that I found that I really liked their videos were Kathleen Lights. She's a beauty, makeup, and fashion YouTuber. And then Tessa Violet, or Mika Kitty, whatever you'd like to call her. She has one in response to Zoella's video, so check those out if you need to. Anyway, Zoella, she says it's been explained to her what the disorder is. If you were to picture yourself as a car parked in the street, and your car has the alarm go off with just a leaf falling on the windshield or a gust of wind going by, whereas all the other cars in the street only have their alarms go off when they're getting bashed in with a hammer or whatever. What really happens kind of more physiologically is the sympathetic nervous system is kind of more fragile. It can take triggers from the brain that are completely irrational that cause it to go into fight or flight mode, which attribute to many various symptoms. Rapid heart rate, hard time breathing, your bowels shut down so you feel sick to your stomach. You can get pins and needles in your hands and feet, sweating, shivers, chills, all those sorts of things. And different people suffer different ways. So that's a short and sweet version. If you have more questions, let me know and I can answer them, or you can just look it up, because there's tons of stuff to read online about it. Why I wanted to make the video. I originally wanted to make the video because I got so much help in the beginning from the other YouTube videos that I watched about anxiety and panic attacks and tips and things that you can do to kind of cope on a daily basis. And my story, I guess, was kind of different from any of the others that I had really seen. A bunch of the other ones, they had kind of a big traumatic event that they think triggered or sparked their panic attacks, when I don't really, that I can tell. So I wanted to kind of help people with my story and hopefully help at least just one person. I also kind of wanted to give an explanation to people because I've been really unavailable, I guess, to meeting new people, to hanging out with new people, making friends, just because I'm so afraid of having a panic attack in a stranger's house or someone I don't know very well, thinking that I'm crazy or that I'm a crybaby or just crying out for attention or something. I just didn't want anyone to treat me differently or feel like they had to step lightly around me after they found out. So that's why I have kept it kind of under wraps, but I just felt like maybe it was time to kind of come clean, and maybe other people I knew would be dealing with the same thing, and then I could, you know, help them out, or we could share stories or something, or I don't know. So that's why. That said, I don't want anyone to feel like they have to treat me any differently. That would be kind of the worst thing. I guess only treat me differently in the way that kind of be understanding, hopefully. The hardest part about it is I know it's irrational to be panicking over nothing. I know I don't have to feel anxious, and that's kind of the hardest thing about it, is I can't help my sympathetic nervous system from overreacting for no reason, and I can't help but feel anxious in situations that I know I've been in before, and I know I'm going to be okay in my mind, but again, it's a physical, natural response. Well, kind of unnatural, but you know what I mean. So just kind of being more aware, and maybe hopefully being more understanding. If you think I'm crazy after this video, fine, you know, think whatever you want, but this is me. So the clarifications that I wanted to make, this is the last thing, I promise. I kind of, in the main video, say what I think may have caused or triggered or attributed to my panic attacks and starting to have anxiety was moving here to Ohio with Michael, which when Michael watched it back, he kind of felt like I was blaming him, or he felt like it was his fault that I have this now, and that's not the case at all. That's just the only thing that I could come up with that may have caused what I'm dealing with now. But really, I mean, my panic attacks didn't start until months after we had been here. So, I mean, who knows? It may just be because I've been introverted and kind of shy my whole life, and maybe I'm more prone to having anxiety, I don't know. But I just wanted to make that clear that I don't think it's at all Michael's fault. I don't have any grudge against him for moving here or not being able to continue my dance degree. I am very happy studying history. I'm actually really excited about it, so that's out on the table. And in the very beginning of my video, I have a tongue slip and I say it's not hard talking about this, when I meant to say it is hard, or it's not easy talking about this. So that is all of my explanation. Sorry, this is probably almost just as long as the main video, but I just really wanted to get it all out there, and I appreciate you guys for watching this. It was really hard for me to make. I've done a lot of thinking about this video, and so if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'm very open to talking, especially when it comes through text or email where I don't have to try and speak about it. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and thanks. On to the video. Hey guys, so I'm making this video, my anxiety story video. I've been wanting to make it for quite a long time, but it's something that's not hard for anyone who has anxiety to talk about, and I'm feeling a little anxious, so bear with me if I start moving my hands around a lot or something, or I'm not looking directly in the camera the whole time. So let's start from the beginning. I was going to university. I met Michael. We dated and got to know each other, and then got married, and he graduated and got into graduate school, and so we moved, and I had about a year or so left of my schooling, but we felt it was best to just move. I had to drop what I was doing, and we moved to Ohio, where my husband is going to graduate school, and neither of us had ever been here. I've was the first time I'd ever been to Ohio. We came to visit and to find a home first, but this is the first time I'd ever been this north and east, I guess. I just didn't know the area at all. I didn't know the people. I didn't know kind of the normal lifestyle, I guess. I'd grown up in Utah and Washington, so very west USA. So I knew the people there, and I know kind of, I guess, the mannerisms or how people interact with each other. And I wasn't sure how the Midwest or Eastern side differed in that sense. I didn't know how safe it would be. I mean, it is Ohio, but you know, you never know. So anyway, we moved. We live in a really beautiful area, and I love our house and everything, but it was a big move. It was a big deal. And I had to try and figure out what to do because I wanted to finish my degree. Obviously, I couldn't do dance anymore because you can't really do dance online. So anyway, I'm finishing my degree online, but that's a whole nother story. So we moved here last August, and my first panic attack, I believe, was in October or November. One of the two. I've been dealing with it for about 6 months, 7 months now. First panic attack was completely out of the blue. I was feeling anxious because I wasn't sure about our area. I wasn't sure how safe it was. I didn't know anyone, you know, all of those kind of normal things that go into moving somewhere new. There really wasn't anything to actually be afraid of or anxious about. So I was brushing my teeth one night, and all of a sudden came down with this overwhelming feeling of fear and anxiety, and started hyperventilating, feeling like I couldn't get a deep breath or like a full breath. My chest was hurting. The walls felt like they were closing in on me, and I just like dropped to my knees and was just having a panic attack and was crying because I didn't know what was happening. I thought I was gonna die. My husband came in and he kind of helped calm me down, and it lasted for, I think, 10 minutes. It felt like forever, but I think it was maybe like 10-15 minutes, and I was just exhausted. Felt really down afterwards, which is kind of normal for me. I often feel really depressed after I have a panic attack. Since then, I've been having panic attacks at least every 2 weeks or so. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, they happen like every other week or so. I got so anxious to the point that I couldn't even like take a shower while I was home alone because I was so afraid I was going to get attacked or something, or someone was going to break into the house, and I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't even like go in public places very easily, just with the fear that I would have a panic attack. And I still have that fear now. I go to church regularly, and that's kind of hard for me because that's my biggest fear, is having a panic attack in a quiet, crowded place, you know, somewhere where you're supposed to be very calm and respectful. And if I had a panic attack, everyone would hear and disrupt everyone, and so that's really nerve-wracking for me. But it's what I deal with. So about a month ago, I got a prescription for anxiety medicine, and it's actually for depression. It's the generic brand Zoloft, if you know what that is. I think it's called sertraline or something like that, because a lot of the times depression and anxiety go hand in hand, and I do often feel really depressed, which makes dealing with anxiety and panic attacks that much harder. So I've been taking that, and it's been helping with the depression. I still get just as many panic attacks, but it does help a lot to kind of have a better outlook and be able to deal with the anxiety and panic attacks on a daily basis, because I don't feel depressed along with it. And I'm sure a lot of you who deal with anxiety and panic attacks do feel depressed, and it feels like you'll never get better and you have to spend the rest of your life hidden away at home because you don't want to have a panic attack in public. But I promise you, if you find a way to at least help the depression side, whether that's medication, whether that's therapy, whether that's, you know, exercising or meditating or just getting outside and some fresh air once in a while, it really does help. And I still am not a pro. I still struggle with it on a daily basis. Like now I'm feeling really anxious talking about this, but it's livable. I don't want to say like your life will necessarily go all the way back to normal and it'll be amazing, because not every day is amazing or even like hardly bearable, but you will have up days and down days just like everyone else in the world. And if any of you want to leave comments or talk to me about it, I would love to give my advice. I haven't been dealing with it for very long, so I don't know everything, but I am a very open person. I love talking to people and getting to know other people. My mind is going blank now that I'm like trying to think of things to say. I've been thinking about this video for so long now that actually making it is a struggle. But anyways, thanks for watching. Again, if you have questions or just want someone to talk to, please send me a message or leave a comment down below and I will get back to you. Thanks.